always a trouble for me. So want to know at least few faces, at least some people are there. Good. So fine, I'll share my presentation and we'll see it works. So are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Is it still visible slides?
No,
No,
sir,
sir,
you're
you're
Actually, I was trying to share window, but it is only screen is. I think it is working now at least. I have to switch actually. I'm not very good into this actually, truly speaking. But hopefully slides are visible, right? Is it fine? Please, someone can respond.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Slides are
Slides are
visible.
very
Okay, okay, good. So my talk is going to be very different. I know last 9, 10 days you are going through with many of the tools and basically AI tools, LLMs, LMS, and many other tools actually. How to improve the teaching actually, how to make use of such tools to have this. My talk is on basically I'm going to discuss the two methods actually. Two, one is the traditional and another one is the modern methods, which includes AI and other things actually. And the objective is we should have a good balance of the two methods actually. Okay, so let us go on. So if you make comparison between the two methods, you will find outrightly the modern method is the best actually. You may check with any of the maybe Chat GPT, Gemini, you would find primarily these kind of answers actually. That traditional method is very one way only, teacher centric, whereas modern method is student centric. It's very traditional is very rigid kind of structure, and whereas you have more flexible in modern methods. When I say modern methods, it means everything actually. What we are having for last 2 3 decades, all the digital projector, overhead projector to PPT to now AI era, you have many tools also. Then traditional is primarily rote learning, focuses on rote learning. You memorize the things and then you will have exams and then you have to write down the answers. Whereas the new methods are more into like analysis and critical thinking. Traditional is passive, whereas modern is active learning. There is no or very limited use of technology in traditional, whereas you have significant use of technology. And coming to the assessment, there will be standard assessment in the form of writing the exams in a traditional way, whereas for modern, you have many of the diverse methods available for the assessment. So if you see, this outcome is completely favoring the modern technology, actually, modern teaching methods, actually. Outrightly, it is going in favor of, all the points are going in favor of that. So, what is your feeling? Does you feel like there's no meaning behind traditional teaching actually. When I say traditional teaching, primarily it is chalk and talk method without using any of the tools actually, any of the equipment actually. So would like to hear from you people. Mostly, I think you people are from the same community. You belong to teaching community, right? Or otherwise, you are aspire to be become teacher. Please, this is not. I'm not going to teach or something actually. Yeah, I'll go back to slides again. This is a interaction going on. Sometimes I will switch actually. So at least if you cannot put on your cameras, unmute yourself and give your feedback actually. Without camera also, you can unmute and should say frankly actually what is your opinion behind this. You also agree with what the points I have covered, or at least you have chat option also. You can write there. Okay. Venkatesh is saying, can you repeat the question? So what I was saying that let us go to the slides again. I wanted to know what is your feedback behind this actually. This comparison is between actually traditional and modern teaching methods actually. Whether slides are visible now? Yes. So wanted to know about what do you say about this actually? This is all points are going in favor of no traditional, nothing about traditional, only modern technology we should use for teaching. There is no response actually. What does it mean actually? Are you people there? That is the another thing. This is a limitation of this. I don't know about the audience actually. Where are they actually? Are they with us? Okay, at least somebody is responding. Venkatesh is saying using technology as integrated to pedagogy helps digital learning. Very correct actually. So there should be a good balance actually. It's not that traditional is simply waste actually. So that is the essence of this talk actually. So let us go back to the talk again. And this comparison, you will find on many of the AI tools also, they would actually go in favor of this modern only. So let us see what is the difference actually. So let us just quickly go through what are these two teaching methods, which primarily all of us know actually. So here in the traditional method, what is going to happen? Every concept, every small thing will be explained to the students with the help of chalk and talk method, with chalk and board actually, maybe blackboard or whiteboard. So every concept will be written on the board, and students will make the important notes out of that also. Okay, because they get sufficient time actually. So normally they will note down actually some of the important things, whatever you write on the board. And once the lecture is over, students typically are expected to revise their notes, sometimes to memorize the notes, which will help them in the because end of the day they have to write the exams. Okay, that's the traditional way. So, what are the things actually positive side of traditional teaching? What are the characteristics? One is a very very economical way of delivery, very cost effective. You don't need anything other than the board and chalk, one duster also. That's all. And some subjects, many actually. if you have equations in mathematics or formula in chemistry or other subjects also, you can taught actually on the board, and so because there you have to give the step by step discussion actually. So it is easier actually. You can do it on the board actually. And I consider this is more interactive than any other method actually. You can have more interaction between the teacher and students. We'll talk about whether it is disciplined way of delivering the class or not. I consider this to be a more discipline in the class. Then in this, teachers can more focus on the subject because they do not need to worry about all these technical glitches which can come in between. Okay, so they can rather focus on the subject. And last point is uh, because all of us know that all the students most of the time they are engaged in their laptops or their mobile phones. So at least during the class we can relax actually. We can reduce their screen time actually, so there will be less strain on their eyes actually. Fine, so these are some of the points actually, or maybe some of you may not agree on this. Right. Now coming to the modern method teaching. So this is starting from the simple projectors, overhead projectors to till date. We have many other things available, smart boards actually, smart classrooms. Okay, so there are uses of laptops with Wi-Fi connection, LCD, and smart boards. So here in this method, teachers are going to prepare their slides actually, as well as nowadays they are putting some animations, videos also on these slides to make it more interactive actually. And sometimes it is two ways actually. Not only teachers, students can also draw image, and it's very interactive, I should say. And sometimes it may be very interesting also. Okay. So what are the characteristics? So as I was saying, yes, it can become more interesting actually among the students because you can show them many of these animations, visuals actually, because all of us know a picture is worth 1,000 words. So many of the things you can convey through these pictures, videos, animations. So this will help the students to understand the subject better, and they can memorize this concept for longer time. That is also correct. Okay, because pictures can be remembered more easily than the words. As a teacher we can cover more syllabus in less time. That is also possible because otherwise we simply waste our time in writing on the board. So coverage of syllabus is going to be definitely bigger. And this point I already covered. Animations are always better actually. So these are the characteristics of the two actually. Now the point is, okay, let us have another set of comparisons. So traditional versus modern. So left side we have traditional and right side it is the modern. So time taken to explain the topic, it is going to take more time for the traditional chalk and talk method, because everything, every small step you need to write, every diagram you have to draw actually on the board. So certainly it will take a lot of time, whereas this will be very quick, fast. Okay. Then the second point is also related actually. So for a given amount of time, coverage will be very less in the traditional one, whereas coverage will be significantly larger of the subject. Diagrams or visuals, if you are making on the board, it will be time consuming. It is a slow process, whereas it is fast means if you are drawing at your own, it will take some time for the first time. Otherwise, you can reuse it. Or if you are boring, then it is no time. So that diagrams are very, very fast actually. No time if you have taken from somewhere. Now, to make notes, now this is from the student's perspective actually. This point is not in the form of other teachers actually. So here, in case of traditional method, students will take a lot of time. They can make notes, whereas here it is difficult actually. But you may say that I can share my slides, I can share everything to them. No need to write, make the notes. That's okay. Yeah. Then okay. Before we move on to the next one, let us cover the last one, and then we'll discuss this. So power or any other equipment failure in traditional, there will be no effect. Even it can work without power also. In our perspective, in Indian perspectives, no matter whatever power backups we may have, sometimes they also fail actually. So in traditional, there will be no effect of this failures actually, any kind of failures. You need only chalk and duster and the board, that's all. So it should have sufficient sunlight actually. It should come out there. Whereas in any of these with equipment, if you are teaching, then if something goes wrong, students can enjoy. There will be no lecture. Now coming to students' preference, actually. So I'll not go into any survey. Let us come back actually. Then I'll go back to the slides again. Okay. Meanwhile, somebody, some Kalyani has written some comment. Good, at least some people are live. Actually, they are. Technology spoils the students' writing skills and performance in the written examination for 3 hours is decreasing nowadays. It is not, sir. Yeah, many things actually. So if you can unmute, we can have interaction actually. This is not, see, I'm not going to teach you anything actually. See, all the resources are available to everyone. It's not that limited to anyone actually. And you have gone through with many of the things actually. And my purpose is to convey a very simple idea actually. So, and it is going to be meaningful if you interact actually, if you can unmute and say something. So then my purpose will be done actually. Otherwise, purpose is defeated actually. See, again, I am into the technology. I am a faculty member in CSE department. I have spent 26 years, and presently I am heading this AID department at MNIT actually, artificial intelligence and data engineering. I'm not against any of the technology, truly, but access is always bad actually. Access of a good thing is also bad actually. So that is what I want to convey actually. So there are many things which are in favor of this traditional method actually. We should not give away actually. That is equally important actually. That's what I want to say. Uh, yeah, any comments? I was asking actually, I have done comparison on different factors. If you can add on, or I was asking about students' preference actually between the two, chalk and talk versus this LCD projector with PPT or any other tool actually using some tool. Have you ever checked with your students actually what do they want actually? Leave any of these surveys or chat GPT. I don't know what did it answer actually. I don't know. I never asked actually what is the student's preference. Maybe someone can check with any of the LLM and tell me what is the thing, what do they say. Fine. Is there anyone actually want to say something? Okay. At least Venkatesh is responding. Good, Venkatesh. Students prefer using LMS oblique online platform to do it at their convenience actually. Okay. Agreed actually. But what is the overall picture actually? In your class, have you ever have you ever discussed with your students actually what do they like actually? Because they may be having some, because I know some teachers, they may be using traditional methods, some of them may be using this, so they have a good comparison actually. Fine. So what my finding is, I don't know about the generic, but what, whenever, at any point of time, whenever I have asked, inquired about my students fairly, so the figure is almost 80% students, they prefer this actually, and rest of them, they actually want maybe 15-20% students, they said that they love this modern method. Otherwise, large chunk of students, they prefer this chalk and talk method only. Okay, and then one set of students, they would say they want a mixed actually. That's fair actually. So they do not want only one of the thing actually. They want both should be used actually. Yeah. So Venkatesh says, I didn't mean in general actually. Yes. 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 Correct. Correct. Okay. Fine. So let us go back to the slides again. And yeah, so my uh, submission is that there should be a fair and balanced approach actually. So we shall do the integration of both modern and traditional methods for effective teaching actually. So whichever things which can be conveyed, which can be explained through board, we should actually cover through that only. Any equation, even diagram actually. If you are showing them in one instance the complex diagram, see, diagram is only a graphical representation of some idea, some concept actually. So we can have, it's not that a diagram is going to be a unique only. There can be n number of diagrams representing the same concept actually. So if you can start with a very basic diagram, it becomes more meaningful for them actually. If they are learning the concept first time, they would appreciate with a smaller and abstract diagram. Then later on, you can ask them to refer to, or you can show them on your slide with the complete diagram, complex diagram. But let us first make a diagram on the board actually. Show them the steps, show them broadly what is happening actually, so that they can also make note of it actually. So again, I'm favoring the mixed approach actually. Things which should be covered on the board should be covered on the board. Rest of the things you want to have good pictures, animations, you can have it on your slides. Okay, so teachers should explain the theory on board, and for better understanding of the procedure, the experiment videos or animations can definitely be used. Fine. So fortunately, we are having both things available. That's also there. There are many schools, actually, government schools, where they do not, teachers do not have access to these things actually. Okay. So fortunately, we are having both actually. So we should use them wisely actually. That is what I want to convey actually. Fine. Now coming to our role, very important actually. No matter which method we are using, okay, some people can do, even though they have good resources, good methods, then also they may not do the justice actually. So as a teacher, what is important, that our voice should be very loud and clear actually. And nowadays, fortunately, we are having PA systems also. So wherever class size is big, we should rather invest on this thing actually. Okay, we should go for, we should take, we should, if it is not there nowadays, we have that movable things also. I'm also using this a small speaker I carry, and even though it is not there, PA system not in every classroom, but it makes a difference actually. The voice, if it is not audible, then it is gone actually. What students will learn actually? Okay, so the visual, the things should be visible on the board, and your voice should be very, very clear actually. As a teacher, we should always make a relaxed environment. If they are tensed or if they are not, you have to make a good environment actually. That's what I want to say. So you should start with a healthy environment. You should spend few minutes in general discussions. Few minutes means few minutes, 2 3 minutes actually. What is going on? What is everything? All fine? How is your hostel? How is band's food? These kind of things you should start with. How is the course going actually? So spend 2 3 minutes for the general. Relax them actually. That is very very important actually. Then eye contact, very very important actually. We should not always read the slides, or we should not always only writing on the board is also not a good sign actually. Eye contact with students is very very important actually. Then not regular breaks, like, but as and when required, because normally it is said that it is very difficult for students to concentrate well for more than 15 to 20 minutes actually. So I'm not saying after every 10 minutes, give them a short break of 5 minutes. No, no, that's not possible. But after 20, 30 minutes, you can give us very, very short break, 1 or 2 minutes break actually. You can have some general discussion actually, something you can talk in general, something related to course also. You can make out some current affairs, you can say in between, maybe related to the course, something like that. So it may not be just out of the context actually. It happens with time actually, with experience you get these things actually. And definitely, no matter what is the class size, always a student should be encouraged to ask questions and clear their doubts actually. So not only their doubts will be clear, all other students who are not asking, probably they will also get benefit actually. So if it is more interactive, they will learn more actually. If it is one way, they will not get many of the things actually. Fine. So let me check with you all. Is it fine? All okay? Now this is another this problem actually. I don't know. So that's why it is always difficult for me to deliver this online thing actually. Uh, yes. Is it fine? At least a couple of one student should say, one participant rather. I should not say students. Yeah. So okay. Fine. Anything? Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. At least two of the participants are there, Venkatesh and Radha Kishan. By the way, those others can at least write on the chat. If you cannot speak, actually, there's no nothing like that. All of you can speak actually. Yes, yes, good, good. I don't know. Is that I'm becoming very harsh actually, because until and unless I get response, it is difficult to deliver actually. So good actually. Some of the participants are saying yes, okay. Any feedback actually, anything because see again I repeat actually, I'm not here to tell you something new actually, some new technology. Everything is available actually, and others are taking care of that actually. So last 9 10 days you have spent a lot of time on that actually. So this is actually, I'm here to just relax you people actually. Fine. So anything anyone has to say? No, not yet. Okay. Maybe at the end we'll have more discussion. Let me complete my slides. Let me do my job actually. Fine. So I was saying that our role as a teacher is going to be very, very important actually. Yeah, this next one is I love actually to give them examples actually. So whenever any concept or thing is explained to them, it becomes very interesting, very important that if you give them some example, so then they can correlate maybe real life example or some example if you give them, then it would better understand the concept actually. Okay, this I have tried, and in fact I am using it regularly actually. Then as a teacher we should be always keep a plan and make a list of topics so that the lecture is more organized and we should not miss out any important thing. Then next couple of points are regarding the assessments actually. So timely assessments are very very important actually. Okay, and so that because nowadays after assessment the answer sheets should be shown to the students actually, and this we should do it on time actually. Okay, so that students can see their answer sheets, they should understand what mistakes they have done actually. So it should not happen that answer sheets of midterm you are showing at the end of the semester when everything is gone. Actually, I have seen many of the teachers they will give this as the least priority. Actually, that's not good thing actually. So within 1 week's time, you should show them what mistakes they have done. Actually, all answer sheet. I think every university, every institute, this there is a policy. Actually, nowadays it is all transparent. After correction, after assessment, we are supposed to show them the answer sheets. So this thing should be done on time. Actually, as soon as possible, we should carry out this and we should show them actually. Yeah, last point as a teacher, definitely we have to produce good engineers, but not at the cost of this actually. So at times we should discuss the human values and ethics also. Very, very important actually. End of the day, we want to produce a good human being as well as engineer also. Now coming to, because the course is all about AI in teaching actually. So I have a few slides on that also. So if you see the student's perspective actually, so definitely with AI, they get personalized learning actually. Okay, I think this point you all understand. You have spent a lot of time on that. So because AI has that beauty actually that students can learn at their own pace actually. Somebody who is very fast can learn at a faster pace, slower one can learn at a slow pace. Learning style can also vary. They provide extra support wherever needed. And support is 24 by 7, unlike in case of traditional method. Okay, teachers will not be available for sure 24 by 7 actually. Okay, so AI powered tutors and chatbots are available all the time. Late night, if they have any query, they can ask actually. That's not possible with traditional teachers because normally we sleep in the night actually for at least 8 hours. So AI tools actually like text to speech, personalized interfaces, they make learning more easier and more accessible. And then you get real time feedback also. So the many of the AI-based systems can provide you instant feedback, and students can benefit. They can understand what mistakes they have done on time. So all these things are in favor of this, and that's the student's perspective. And what is teacher's perspective? So reduce workload in the sense that many of the things can be automated actually, which are time consuming, like grading and administrative work. So you can get more time for the subject preparation rather than on this. You can analyze the students' performance data and you will get insights actually that what the students are struggling for, which kind of topics they are having difficulties, so they can we can learn from these things actually. And planning of curriculum also, AI can help in designing and updating the curriculum based on students performance and feedback actually, based on their interest, because we can get their feedbacks, and based on that curriculum can be redesigned actually. Now after that, I will cover some of the concerns actually, because now AI is everywhere, and at times it is becoming scary also. Like people say that AI may replace everyone. Actually, the same applies to teachers also. So this is one of the important concern is AI may replace teachers altogether. Okay, and other concerns are that students are nowadays completely dependent on these tools, so their critical thinking and all these problem solving skills are drastically reducing. And that's correct also to some extent actually. Nowadays students are using these to cheat on the especially the practical assignments actually. Okay, so there is a issue of academic dishonesty. Then another concern is about the privacy, actually data privacy, because everything is relying on the vast amount of data. So data privacy is another thing. And as we all know that these algorithms, AI algorithms, they can be biased also actually, because they are trained on the data which is available to them, and if data is not fair, then the training will be biased, results can be unfair actually. So all these concerns are there actually. Fine. So next is fine. So AI is faster than humans at calculations. As far as calculations are concerned, certainly it is faster. AI is better in data analysis also. And I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, AI is even writing contents now also. But one thing I can say surely, AI can assist actually, but cannot replace you actually. AI will only assist, but not replace you. Because the AI actually follow patterns, whereas we invent the new ones actually. Right? So invention is not possible by AI. AI process the data, very correct, but we build the relationships. So after learning from the existing data, it can do the prediction, and it can do prediction very well also. With the current LLMs, prediction is going very correctly also. But decisions are ours actually. We make the decisions actually. A lot of automation is happening. AI can manage tasks actually. But when it comes to manpower actually, we are going to lead the people actually. Now coming to about the fear of losing jobs. So that similar fears were there earlier also. When the calculators came, that time also there was a fear that calculators may they are actually going to replace all the mathematicians, but it did not happen actually. Calculators never replace the mathematicians. Another fear which I don't know, some of you may have gone through during that phase actually 90s and 2000, late 80s, 90s, 2000, when a lot of automation was happening because of the availability of PCs, personal computers, desktop computers were easily available. So many of the sectors actually they did the computerization, digitalization actually. So there, that time also there was a fear that all the workers' job will be done by computers actually. So computers are going to replace all the laborers, workers actually, but it did not happen. We all know computers never replace the workers. They make the skills requirement change actually. Now for every job you need computer-based skills. Whether you are working as an office assistant or anything, you need to have a good knowledge of computer actually. So skill set got changed, but it did not replace the workers. So same way, difficult to say, but one thing is very clear that AI is not going to replace humans actually. And this also I can say clearly that it is nowhere near to become a super intelligent entity and turn into warlords like they are shown in many of the scary movies. Sci-fi movies sometimes becomes very scary actually. They show many things and we say it is going to become the reality at one point of time, the way AI is growing actually. But certainly cautions are important actually. There have to be heavy regulations and cautions for any of the technology, whether it is nuclear or any other technology. Regulations are important actually. So regulatory frameworks we need to enforce actually, so that things should not go beyond our control actually. Ethical AI promoting AI literacy. So all these things are very, very important actually. Fine. So I think so this is another thing actually. I was expecting maybe 1 hour, but I could finish in 45 minutes. So that's what I was saying, that if you go with this technology, you can time requirement will be very less actually. So I could finish in 45 minutes actually. I was thinking I'll take 1 hour time, but now it is open house actually, and I think learning is you are learning from many other speakers actually. So here it is more like interactive session. You can uh, you can come up with your views actually on this actually. We can have at least you can unmute. There's no issue actually. Radhakishan is saying I can at least read the chats. One man doing job of three, four people using AI. That's why it is losing job. As expert of AI, you know better. Yeah, I agree. Actually, it is happening. Especially entry level jobs, they are going down. Actually, if I talk about CS students, because many of the companies, actually, the Google, Microsoft, their spending is now on the AI infrastructure. So it is affecting, there is an impact actually. It is affecting the manpower actually. They are reducing, there is a layoff. So that fear is definitely there. I'm not saying there's no fear actually. But at least what I'm saying that AI is not going to replace the humans at all. Like, that's not the thing actually. So again, the thing is we have to change our skill sets actually. So we should be good in these tools actually, AI tools and LLMs and all. Okay. I don't know. Venkatesh, you have shared some link or something. I don't know what is it. Oh, okay, okay. So he's saying it is a humanoid robot as a teacher. Yes. Yeah, happening actually. I don't say it is not happening, but it is not going to replace altogether actually. That is for sure. It's an unpredictable situation. Nobody can predict as of now. So that is in the every sector actually. It is there. But at the same time, some people say it is a bubble. Actually, there may be one more AI winter also. Never know how things will go. Actually, it's a very difficult situation as of now. Harshit, are you hearing from Academy side?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Arshit, I have done before time. If participants have any queries, I would love to take their queries, but mostly they are not responding. Normally, they don't unmute and they are not supposed to speak actually.
So normally they for chat.
अच्छा चैट पे ही करते हैं ओके
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
shall I stop once again I ask participants actually if they are available if they are there if you want to ask you can actually that option is there for you you can unmute and ask any of the thing.
Participant have any question?
Okay, fine. So I have done thing. I will leave, right? Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Vrinda Kumar is saying we are listening carefully.